Hi guys, Rafael Marcolino here and welcome to Drum Sapiens, every week with a new drum lesson for you. Today I'm going to show you a few different ways to apply the double paradiddle into your groove. And for those of you who don't know or don't remember what a double paradiddle is, it's a paradiddle variation and it's a 6-note pattern, or actually a 12-note pattern if you consider the whole pattern, leading with the right hand and the left hand. And it's right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. But there's a very important thing that has to happen to the double paradiddle, especially when we are applying it to a groove. It's gonna make a huge difference if we don't play it the right way in terms of dynamics. So we have to accent the first note of each cycle and play all the other notes as low as you can. So the first note with the right hand is accented, then we're gonna play left, right, right in a lower volume. Then we start it again with the left hand leading and we accent the first note, right, left, left in a lower volume. And like in most paradiddle variations, since we have this double stroke happening on the end of each pattern, it helps for us to raise our hand higher to play the next accented note. So the whole pattern played in 16th note triplets sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double paradiddle, double paradiddle, double paradiddle, double paradiddle, 1. Okay, so this is the double paradiddle, and now we're gonna take it off the practice pad and we're gonna bring it to the kit to turn it into a groove. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play exactly the same thing. We're gonna play the double paradiddle, but with our right hand playing the hi-hat or the ride cymbal, and our left hand playing the snare drum. So that's why those dynamics, those accents are really important, because the accented notes with our left hand on the snare drum happens on beat 2 and beat 4. So we automatically have our backbeats. And to complete the groove, we're gonna play the kick drum on beats 1 and 3 together with the accented note of our right hand to create this, the downbeats played with our kick drum and the backbeats played with the snare. So we are just turning the double paradiddle into a simple but a very cool 16th note triplet groove. Now that we have a groove using the double paradiddle, we can create some changes to make it a little bit more complex. So a very cool way to bring more kick drum notes and turn it into a more chaotic groove is to play every right hand note together with the kick drum. But if we do that for the whole bar, that's kind of too robotic for me. To make this approach a little bit more musical, what I like to do is to play the first half of the bar like we did before, playing the kick drum only on beat 1 and playing the rest of this first double paradiddle cycle just with our hands. And then on beats 3 and 4, we're gonna put the kick drum played together with every right hand note. So we have the first half of the groove with only one note on the kick drum on beat 1, and the second half of the groove, the second half of the bar, playing the double paradiddle, putting the kick drum on every note that we play with our right hand. Check it out. Another cool way that I like to use the double paradiddle inside a groove is kind of creating a contrast between the 16th note triplet and a binary subdivision. It can be 8th notes or 16th notes. So now we're gonna play a groove that we're gonna play straight 8th notes for the first half of the groove, and the second half of the groove we're gonna play one of those double paradiddle variations. So on beats 1 and 2, we're gonna play 8th notes on the hi-hat or the ride cymbal, and we're gonna play a kick drum pattern that uses 8th notes and 16th notes. So we're gonna play the kick drum on beat 1, and on the last 16th note of beat 1. Between the end of 1 and beat 2, we're gonna play a backbeat on beat 2 together with the hi-hat. And then when it comes to beats 3 and 4, we're gonna play the double paradiddle groove. And we can use those two different versions of the double paradiddle groove, one playing the kick drum only on beat 3, and the other one playing the kick drum on every note that we play with the right hand. So I'm gonna alternate those variations in this context now that we have the first half of the groove played in a more straight way with 8th notes and 16th notes, and we're gonna use the double paradiddle only on the second half of the groove. Check it out. And I have also one final idea to use the double paradiddle as a drum fill. So instead of playing the right hand on the hi-hat or the ride cymbal, we're gonna play the same groove, we're gonna use the same example, but we're gonna use the double paradiddle as a drum fill. So we're gonna keep the left hand playing all the notes on the snare, but the right hand is gonna play an orchestration using the snare drum and the toms. So we're gonna play the first note of the double paradiddle on the snare, then we're gonna bring the right hand to play one note using my first rack tom, then we're gonna play the double stroke of the right hand on the second rack tom, and those last two notes that we alternate with the left hand on beat 4, we're gonna play on the floor tom. But because playing a drum fill in every bar is kind of disturbing, I'm gonna play one bar of the double paradiddle groove. I'm gonna play one bar of the same groove we played on the last example, and on the second bar, I'm gonna turn the double paradiddle into this drum fill. Check it out. So as you can see, this is not a complicated idea. It's actually quite simple, the way we used to turn the double paradiddle into a groove and then to use it as a groove detail, as something to put inside a groove to create a different texture and to use a different subdivision. And actually, it was quite simple to turn it into a drum fill, and we are all the time using the same mechanics. We are using the double paradiddle, and that's actually really cool. So I hope that gives you some cool ideas to use this rudiment and other rudiments, other paradiddle variations in the same way to create different grooves, to create different fills. I hope you liked those ideas, and I hope you use it with your own grooves and with your own taste. If you do it, film yourself playing to those ideas, film yourself playing to these exercises, and tag Double Sapiens on Instagram so I can share your videos, okay? And if you want to receive PDF files containing transcriptions of all those exercises, of everything I show here on my lessons, go to subscribe.drumelsapiens.com and subscribe to the mailing list. I see you on the next lesson.